Blind Bee Man here, March the 5th. I took the day off of work today so I could thin my bees out to try to help prevent swarming. But as Mother Nature would have it, this hive decided to swarm this morning. Swarming is nature's way of making two colonies from one. As you can see, there's a few bees on the ground down there. They probably got pushed out of the front of the hive when the swarm actually happened. When bees swarm, approximately half of the population of the colony leaves. And in this case, they didn't go too far, which they normally don't. They're right up here in this small oak tree. I'm going to try to get around where you can see it a little better without the sun in the way. It's going to be tough. It's not the most photogenic swarm I've had to deal with. It's hard to see. Let me try a different angle. There, maybe you can see that ball there fairly well. Hopefully so. As I was saying, this is nature's way of making two colonies from one. What happens is approximately half the population of the colony leaves, swarms to a swarm point, usually fairly close to the hive, as you can see. And they take the existing queen in the hive colony with them. She is in the middle of that ball, being protected by all those thousands of bees. What happens is now they'll send scouts out from this ball of bees to look for a permanent home. They'll share notes and figure out which is the best one out of all the ones they discover, and they'll eventually fly to that spot. However, since they're nice and low to the ground like this, and I could just pop a ladder up there and grab them, I'm going to film or video me catching this swarm a little later today. But to continue with my story about swarming, is now that you have this half of the colony up in this tree, the other half is still over here in this hive. Now what's going on in here is, before they swarmed, they created swarm cells. Or queen cells, I should say, not swarm cells, queen cells. And what queen cells are the beginnings of a new queen, and they create several in a hive. I've seen 10, 15, I've seen 3. It just depends. So now, in about 9 days, those queen cells will start hatching out. And one of them, without going into detail, one will become the queen, and she'll be the egg laying machine for this colony. So now you have the colony that, or the half of the bees that flew up into the tree that will eventually find a permanent home, and you have the other colony here. So nature has made two colonies for one colony of bees.